Hello Aries, welcome. My name is Jale. Welcome to this channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs from the 15th to the 31st of October 2020. If you are an Aries, for any placement, this reading could well be for you. Remember, it is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If some elements fit, then that's great, and if some elements don't, then again it could well be that, you know, either there's another video that fits perfectly for your situation, and or it could just be that next time round it will be more relevant for you. So please be advised, if I'm using he and it's a she, or if I'm saying them and it's you, just fit it accordingly, as long as the general message is resonating. If you want a personalised reading, information is in the description box below. We go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 PM British Standard Time, 3 PM Eastern Standard Time. Aries, let's jump in and see the theme for you guys from the 15th to the 31st of October. The theme for Aries, please Spirit. The theme for, I'm hearing running wild. Running wild, Aries, running wild. Taming the beast. Is there shadow elements coming up for renewal? This is how I want to say it. Let's have a look though. Aries, what's the theme, please? We're using the Tower of the Heart, which is only major arcanas. This card has just flipped out, but it didn't want to come out totally. Healing. Things being coming up for healing possibly, but it's like we're not quite acknowledging them maybe because it didn't quite jump out the deck totally. Now, because we're maybe not quite acknowledging them, the tower is not able to fall. We are holding off on a tower moment. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Well, I feel like possibly we'll have a look deeper into this, but I feel like for some of you, the tower has to fall before there's a new start here. So we're holding on to something possibly. We're holding on to not healing. It could be that we're out of a comfort zone and we're not fully ready to surrender. And so the tower can't quite fall yet. But let's jump in. Let's see what else Spirit have to tell us. It could well be that there is some other additional elements to this that we're not quite seeing yet, due to the fact that there's only 3 cards pulled. And that, you know, let's have a look. Let's take a look to see what they want to tell us. We're going to go with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun here for you guys. And then for the tarot, we're actually going to use a new deck, which is the Tarot Apocalypsis, which is by Eric Dunn and Kim Hudgens. This is the brand new deck for you guys that I'm going to be using. I'll try and do new decks each month just to keep things a bit fresh. If you do want to contribute to that, the Amazon wishlist is in the description box. And if you would like to make a donation, the link is also in the description box. And it is received with thanks. Much appreciated. So let's have a look. For Aries, what is the theme, Spirit, here with this? We've got the Tower in the reverse. We've got this running wild, eh? The Fool, the Star, and the Tower in reverse. You're not quite seeing the clear picture here. I keep seeing the star in the sky. You know, usually when it's a clear night, we can see stars, can't we? We can see the kind of end sight. I feel like there's something blocking the path here, but let's have a look. Let's see what we can figure out here for Aries, Sun. They're saying it was designed this way. There's a deliberate illusionary energy that they're trying to bring in. This could well be because of Mercury in retrograde that's going to be coming in around the 14th. That could be one element. We've also got an element here where Mars is extremely close to the Earth. It's actually the closest it will be until 2035. Although we're in Mars in retrograde in Aries, the fact that Mars is so close to the Earth, if you have Aries placements, hello, you could be having some kind of a reaction. I'll give you an example. I've got an Aries Mars and Mercury, so my head at the front here is on fire, if I'm totally honest with you. You could well be seeing a flare up in frustration, anything that is related to the Mars energy, so just be aware of that. We've got achievement here, so you're trying to hit a certain level here, you're trying to reach a certain point, you're trying to evoke a certain kind of movement here, I feel. And again, it could well be that again that it's not quite right timing. Release the need to control. This is going to be a big theme for I think most people, but for you in particular, because again Mars is ruled by Aries. It's going, the Mars situation with the placement is gonna flare up. It's designed to bring up energies that are meant to be released. It's basically to show you where you're out of your comfort zone, all right? Because then you can work with it, all right? We've got loss here, so again, you could be trying to hold on to something. that you would rather keep a hold of. Yeah, look. It's interesting because we've also got ego here going on, right? We've got flattery and acquisition. So this could also involve people that are trying to make choices here out of ego as opposed to anything, or the practical element, as opposed to anything that is maybe heart-centered or spiritual-centered. Let's keep digging with this though, because I feel like we're slowly getting somewhere. Let's pull the archetype card here for you guys. Let's see what else we can figure out. What else is happening here for Aries, please? There's an emotional purging. We've got the ocean. So this is an emotional clear out, especially with the fire signs. It's going to kind of cause a bit of steam. The ring, this is completion, but it's also an offering. But it can't be offered until something's been resolved. It can't be offered until there's healing. There's a regenerational energy. What did I say about healing? The healer. This is a regenerational type of energy we're walking into. And don't forget, we're going to be walking into Scorpio season. The Tower in reverse is very Mars energy, but it's also Scorpionic and Aries energy. There's a regeneration that you're going to be walking into with Scorpio season around the 22nd here, but you're going to try and block it because you want to control an outcome. All right, now that's not going to be for all of you, but for some of you, yes. Please, whatever you do, take a step back and try and let it be free flowing, because it's going to serve you. Someone's trying to hold on to, again, it's this, I want to hold on, it's ego a little bit. Let's see, Aries, what else can you tell us, please, before we jump into the tarot? What else do we need to be aware of? What else are the themes for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for the 15th to the 30th? 15th to the 30th, please. The healing heart, what did I say? We've got healing to look into here. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And then we've got the snake. So what's chasing you around here? Is your past chasing you? What do I want to say? It's your past chasing you here. Again, Mercury in retrograde could have someone from the past coming back. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder at the other woman. And it's in relation to a love situation, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. Too many people involved here. Too much requirements for healing, as opposed to someone's trying to acquire. It's like, oh, if I have this, then I'm going to be good. It's like there's a projection of what needs of not being met inside of oneself outwards that are not being acknowledged here. It's like someone's in this competition. That's how I want to say it. It's a competitive element to it. Right, Spirit, what exactly? Don't whatever you do play into that, because it's, how do I put this without it sounding extraordinarily negative? It's a trick. It's an illusionary trick when you're playing into competition and ego base, especially when it comes to like, especially if it's like other people, you know, don't do it. Because all you're going to do is you're going to be buying into something that is going to go it's a vicious cycle. And again, the Tower in reverse, it's like, if someone's sitting there trying to goad you, I mean, obviously we need to recognise why that would provoke your reaction. But because again, we've got control here, and we've got a snake that's, can you see this snake around this ball that this man's, it's a globe, right? So he's not quite grounding himself. And the snake is restricting that total grounding. And the snake is ego element, okay? So again, just be aware of what you're buying into. Is it for the benefit of your growth? If Fred says that you're a rubbish bread maker and you can't bake cakes, do you need to invest in that? And who is Fred? Is Fred a master baker? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I know that sounds like a stupid kind of analogy, but we need to be investing in what means something. And if it's someone else's opinion, because don't forget, they're going to be undergoing a certain energy as well with Scorpio season, which is about death and rebirth, okay? And what no longer serves is going to want to be removed. So you've got to remember that other key players around you here, the other people that are around you, they're going to be influencing what shadows are coming up. So do you want to buy into that, or is it not worth it? Is this something that is integral to what you need to defend in this point of your life, or do you think actually there's a bigger sort of plan here with this? There's a healing element that I need to be aware of. Let me kind of go within, because I'll be totally honest with you. There is yet to be a situation that I've experienced that I have not sat there and gone, okay, this is now they're trying to show me something here. Yes, this Wally is doing X, Y, and Z, but this Wally has come into the picture for a reason, because it's trying to trigger something that hasn't resolved in me. All right. So we need to be a bit clever with it, because they're saying don't buy into the illusion. Be very, because look, the Tower in the reverse. Someone's trying to hold something together here. Right, what is this about, please? What other insight can you tell us about that ties all this information together? You could be trying to hold on to something that you need to let go of. The control element side of things needs to be looked at. There's a control element here that, yeah, and this is a brilliant example. Humour. I choose to focus on the light side of life. This is a brilliant situation to kind of bring in, Spirit. It's very heavy energy. And I've got a feeling it's going to be that like that for the most of the signs, if I'm totally honest with you. We've got to be realistic with this. I mean, I've been saying for a while that October, November is going to be... Okay then. And this looks like it's the beginning part of that. Okay, so again, it's reworking all the relationships that are around you. Are they fulfilling? Do they mean something? What do they mean if they do mean something? Are they meant to stay? Are they meant to remain? What is the situation here? So let's jump straight in to the tarot now, and let's have a look at what the tarot deck has to say about the situation. The Tarot Apocalypsis. Let's see. Let's give it a good shuffle. So please, Spirit, if you can give us some insight and allow the cards to freely move where they need to reflect the correct information, and allow only the lighted realms to be able to communicate through this deck. Can you please allow the information for Aries from the 15th to the 31st of October to come through, please? 2020. What exactly is going to be happening for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Aries. Yep. What did I say about the star at the beginning? I said the star didn't want to come out. It came out of the deck and then it stopped itself. The star's come out again. Look at this beautiful card here. There's a revelation trying to show itself here with this energy. Can you see she's actually on the stormy seas? In amongst this kind of chaotic energy, but she's working with it. She's utilizing the elements here. Now, can you see in the background there's this revelationary energy, this pinpoint of energy. Interestingly, it looks very much like this card here of the World with the snake around it, and there's a man trying to put his feet on the ground. This is trying to connect you to something different. Can you see we've also got a theme here with the ring? Okay, again, a circular object. So there's a completion that wants to come in, but there's a restriction around it. Someone's trying to block this. Could be you, could be someone else. It could be a lesson that has yet to be totally understood. It could be healing, because the star is healing. It could also be linked to Aquarius, because again, the star is Aquarius. It's also about a distant energy or a future energy. We've also got the Three of Cups here. So this could also involve a third party energy, friends. I don't know why, but I want to say a sister. Could be that there's something going on with your sister. Maybe there's a disagreement here that's been worked through. Let me just try and focus this card. Look at this beautiful card here. But I feel like there's a bit of a chaotic energy with this. There's energies around you here that are not totally showing themselves to you, because we've got the snake, we've got the other snake in the control card, and then we've got these masks in this card that are essentially not reflecting a true energy here. Can you see she's holding a mask? Now she's taken the mask off. And we've got can you see, out of the three people, two of them are wearing masks, one isn't. There's one truth in this, and I feel like you may have to look into what that truth is. There could be a lot of confusing or contradictory energy. Could be that there's a friendship group that are contradicting each other in terms of information here. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Empress. Okay, so this could also, it could be family, because we've got mother and maybe sisters or siblings. Can you see in this card, she's in her element here, and she's got a lot of very exotic type of animals around her. She's also filled with, look, lots of luscious energies. It feels a bit jealousy. Why am I getting jealousy here? Very strong jealousy. But it's directed towards the Empress. It's like that you're a star that's being born here, and there's a jealousy here. Someone's trying to control that. It could be that there's a connection as well here that is someone's trying to keep hold of, because they know they're losing their person to who they should be with, which is essentially their divine counterpart. Someone is trying to deliberately block, because look, again, we've got the achievement card here. So there's this energy of someone being born into this star-like quality. But there's an element that maybe in the career side of things, that there's a very strong renewal, but there's a block around the relationships. Let's keep going and seeing what we can figure out here. But there's definite jealousy going on here. What else can you tell me, please, about Aries? Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, the 15th. The King of Swords. I'm hearing truth be told. Truth be told. There's some kind of element of information that is coming out here. Wow, can you see this King of Swords? I mean, this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone is geared up for a battle. The wolf, can you see this sword as well? The sword is at the forefront of the picture. Now, he's not holding on to the sword. He's resting it against him, if you can actually see that, until, you know, when this finally does. Okay, and then can you see the wolf also has the sword, the tip of the sword around the wolf. This is someone, a singular truth. Don't forget, we had one energy that isn't wearing a mask and two that are. So there's this energy of this secret, is what I want to say, that is being, people are swirling in. Someone knows there's a secret involved in this situation. So this could be a secretive affair. There could be a couple that are in a relationship and there's a secretive affair going on, and there's an energy trying to protect that. But there are other people that are trying to deliberately maneuver this in order to find out what's going on. Okay, the Empress is protected. The King of Swords is trying to also protect the truth to the situation. But there's a battle element to it, and there's also energy surrounding it here that one may be, because there could be three people involved in a situation that looks like they're trying to help. Two of them are not particularly trustworthy, and one of them may have good intentions. But we've got a lot of energies here that are trying to possibly interfere. Bottom of the deck is the Tower, so that's now two towers, two stars, two towers, but this one's upright. So it could well be that previously carrying through to this period, that something has been holding, you know, just by a thread has been held on to. And let's see how this develops. It could be towards the end of the month that something has to be released here, because the pressure's too much. There's a truth that hasn't been told yet. There's a commitment that hasn't yet been totally brought to the forefront, but it involves a loss, and it involves someone needing to heal, and it also involves a lot of people that are involved in a situation that possibly they shouldn't be. And again, the healing element with Temperance. This is now the third healing card that's come out, okay, but this one is now Temperance. This refers to spiritual balance. So can you see we've got an alchemist here that's mixing in all of the required energies to formulate a new world, so to speak. But it's not quite right. And can you see there's an element of threes involved here. We've got 2 stars and 1 temperance. So to me, it's like we've got 2 individuals here that are needing to heal still. And when they heal, the 2 separating elements combine into one. So this looks very twin flamey. Again, we've got a third party situation here. 2 people that are maybe hiding their feelings in the situation with each other, and then 1 person that may be becoming very obvious with how they feel. So there could be a third party situation that starts to become unraveled a little bit, maybe where maybe the person that was out of the loop of this possible connection, it could well be that they're going to come up in this reading. But we've got the Empress. So the Empress is the key, because the Fool is a fresh start, but it's also relating to someone in terms of age, a little bit of an age difference. The King of Swords is not the Emperor, and he's not the Hierophant. He's a king. He's trying to maintain the balance in this, and the Empress is trying to work her magic, I'm hearing. So the King of Swords is that logic and that balance within the kind of the Temperance energy, and the Empress is the feminine. Yeah, look. What did I say about the Hierophant? The King of Swords is training. So we've got the Empress here, and we're looking here about a match for the Emperor, but this is the Hierophant, which is a match for the High Priestess. This is a higher level of learning. This is not an Emperor. This is someone evolved past all the kings, past the Emperor, past into the Hierophant. This is someone who's learnt the lessons. So there's someone taking this energy very seriously here. They're taking you very seriously. They're taking this situation, this connection very seriously here with the Hierophant and the King of Swords. They're trying to maneuver this whole situation in balance, and I feel like they're the ones that's trying to keep the tower from falling. It's not because they're trying to be fair with it. They're trying to make sure that there's fairness in this. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Wands, so there's a lot of movement that's going to be happening here. All right. Now, can you see there's another line that's appeared? We had a line with the Empress, and there's a man that's shooting an arrow. This is the counterparts communicating with one another, with the lioness and the lion, okay? There's a back and forth here. It could be just in terms of 5th dimensional communication via telepathic, but it could also be a literal communication. The balance is being restored in this, and that's what they're working towards. Whilst they're trying to build a fortress of energy, because whatever this is that's going on around them is trying to interfere with this connection, and I think that they're becoming aware of that, and they're not letting it stop them. Okay, let's have a look. What else can you tell us, please, about Aries? Yeah, 100%. So we've also got the counterpart to the King of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. So this is, again, people have got their game faces on here. This is like a whole different level. Can you see? She's like, well, you've got your sword, I've got my sword. They know. These 2 people that could well be in a relationship, they both know that this is not going anywhere. I feel like the masculine is biding his time to see where this person takes things, and she's biding her time to see where the King of Swords takes things. So they're both very aware that this is like, they've got their game faces on. Because look, we've got the 5 of Swords. This is mind games. This is mind games. Trickery. And can you see there's people also involved in this? So I'm going to be real honest with you. This is a lot of drama. If you do not want drama, then and you feel like this is not, you are not in a dramatic situation where there's a lot, because this feels like there is friends, family involved in a connection that should not be together, right? But then you've got one person in that connection, or possibly both people in the connection, that want to go to someone else, but there's a block, okay? I feel like the masculine in the connection has to heal and doesn't want to bring this to your doorstep. And I feel what's happening here is that they're trying to keep everything away from people. But this looks like it, because look, because the tower is in the reverse. So this hasn't fallen yet, but there's an inevitability that it's going to. But I think they're trying to put it totally away from everyone so that it doesn't kind of crash down. Because I'll be honest with you, it looks like this is bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. You can see the swords are here. The truth is here. Even the crow is aware of what's going to happen. The runes in the tree is this inevitability. There's even a freaking chipmunk that's holding the sword as if that's going to block it, because it's like there's an energy here of this is, I mean, this has the capability of becoming quite a dirty fight, and I know that sounds really bad, but the element here is a protective one of the Empress and the Hierophant. So the Empress needs to get into High Priestess mode to match the Hierophant, because at the moment the Empress isn't. The Empress is in her, the Empress is being shook, right? So whoever this is for, you need to get your game face on. I know that sounds a bit ridiculous, but and I'm not talking about stupid games. I'm talking, you need to look at your shadow work, because you're being taken out of your element and your comfort zone, and you need to reground very quickly. Whatever you do, if you start spontaneously combusting, this is not going to work. But you need to get into your High Priestess energy, which is seeing above it and understanding the truth in the situation. If you stay in this Empress energy, you're not going to match the Hierophant, because the Hierophant and the High Priestess are a match, which basically means that you have to accomplish all four queens, the Empress, in order to remain as the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone that can oversee a higher perspective and understand what the good of a situation is. At the moment, there's a vibration here that's pulling you down, and so this is why these two are having to get into this war zone energy, because he's trying to protect you, and so she's matching that because she's trying to now protect herself. So if you can match and go up to this High Priestess energy, which is going to match with the Hierophant. Okay, now this could also be that the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, this other relationship, there could be a marriage there, and it could be that they're going through a divorce. That could also be the case. All right, but this is a dirty mess. It sounds awful, but this is a messy fight here, and so there's a lot of other energies that are not helping with this. And so we need to kind of understand what this is really about, all right? Bottom of the deck is Ace of Cups, which is about pure love. What else can you tell me, please, about... These cards are insane, aren't they? These cards are insane. So we've got the Hanged Man here, all right? We've got the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man talks about a pause in action in order to regain some clarity about a situation. Can you see he's got his warrior sort of pose in? This is like someone's trying to liberate themselves and heal a situation whilst removing themselves from this other situation. And there's a pause in the battle. There's a pause in the movement, because it could well be that we need to get you up to a certain point, okay? Bottom of the deck is Two of Wands. So because maybe you're not in this High Priestess energy, it could be that the Hierophant is relying on his counterpart in order to get to a certain level, all right? In order to resolve this healing, in order to alchemize the two energies on an energetic level. If you're not at that level yet, there's a mismatch in energy, which is, it could be why they need you to get to that level. It could be that your Emperor shot from an Emperor into a Hierophant, and now you're sat there thinking, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that happened. Yeah, we need to get on with it, you know? So let's see, what else can you tell us, please? Yeah, look, yeah, the Tower is here. The Tower's now landed. It landed on the Star, and then we've also got the Five of Cups. So this is inevitable. The Tower will fall, and it's a Tower moment between the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we've got the Tower and the Five of Cups. So this is disappointment, Can you see there's a ruin as well here in this Five of Cups, if this camera ever focuses? So I wonder why they asked me to buy this tarot deck. Because I'm not going to lie, this is an interesting reading. This is a lot of drama, guys. I feel like I'm watching some kind of medieval... This past life as well. This is totally karmic. This is totally karmic. We need to calm this energy down a little bit. This is totally karmic. But look at the tower. Look at the freaking tower here. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you may sit here and watch this thinking, this is the least relaxing reading I've ever had in my life, right? There is a little bit of tongue-in-cheek in this, because yes, it probably is a little bit melodramatic as well. But I think Spirit are they're trying to get this to be acknowledged, that if you put your progress on pause thinking, well, why isn't he doing any work? Why isn't he doing this? Why? Oh, he's been doing it. He's just been doing it behind the scenes without telling you. So you need to get your game face on here, all right? Because this is like a different level. This is, to put it this way, the only way this is going to close out is to break the whole thing apart. And that's the route that your person's taking with it. But you have to match them with this High Priestess. And what I mean by that is release control. If you've been trying to control the situation, release it. Because you can't. The High Priestess doesn't need to control the situation. The universe controls the situation for her. The Empress is in an energy where, you know, can you see, she's in a lavish energy, but she's not quite the High Priestess. So we need to get into that energy very quickly here. We need to be able to maintain this energy in order to, because otherwise, I'm not going to lie, this energy is going to sweep you. We need to ground ourselves, because this is a very strong energy. And the High Priestess would maintain that, would be able to deal with that. Right, let's have a look. What is the outcome for the 15th to the 31st? What is the outcome from the 15th? What is the outcome from the 15th to the 31st? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Congratulations. What did I tell you? Congratulations, guys. As you can see, she's now got the snake. She's not letting the snake control her. She's holding the snake. That is the power. And it's not control. It's, I understand what this is about, and I am just observing. But I am acknowledging that my person is in control, as am I, and the universe is. This is what this is meant to be. We are meant to be in this union. And if there's external parties that are trying to affect that, it's not going to impact me, okay? Because I'm doing me, I'm living my best life. She is in control. There's no, as you can see, she's got the pomegranate here. In the High Priestess traditional card, we've got the pomegranate curtain, which is the veil, right? When you're lifting the veil, you're talking about the unseen being seen, because this is what we're leading up to with Halloween on the 31st of October, which is releasing the veil. There's a big reveal on the 31st, and interestingly, there is an actual moon, full moon in Taurus. Because it's the second full moon of the month, it's called a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. This, the reveal, the connection, the build-up, everything, once in a blue moon. The Halloween, I mean, I know I sound like I said this is like a TV show. It's like a Halloween finale. This is like a freaking TV saga. If anyone's ever watched a Turkish TV saga, it lasts for 6 hours. And it is the most extra type of TV program you'll ever see in your life. This is to me, it feels very, very totally dramatic, right? But there's a Halloween reveal in this situation where, because look, you are in your power, because you're also in your element of the fire energy here in the Queen of Wands. right? So you're also in your element, which this is the raw energy of the divine feminine, if this ever focuses, which apparently, because there's too many things on the card, it's having a bit of an issue trying to understand what's going on. She's holding the cat, and if you remember, the cat at the beginning in the Empress card was a fierce beast, wasn't it? But it's a domesticated cat in this card. You need to tame the beast. If you're being triggered in this situation, you need to understand why, because it's blocking you to get from that into the High Priestess situation, where she's in her control. She's mastered her beast. She's tamed the beast. All right. She's in total control. As you can see, the world is behind her. In the other card here, with the world and the snake around the world, there was a control element. This is about control. If you can release it, this is it. This is the last piece in the puzzle. This is the last piece in the puzzle. Freedom. Freedom. The two stars that add up into the one union of Temperance. This is it. End of it. You're there. All right. You're there. We also, just to kind of validate all of this information, got the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So this is the end of the wounded warrior. You are not wounded. How can something wound you when you're in your power and you've learned from it? This is it. This is your time, guys. So this was your reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Hopefully that's been of some help. Thank you so much for all your support to the channel, all your likes, your shares and your subscriptions. It means a lot to me, guys. Post comments below. Let me know how you find the month. Let me know how you find the reading. Keep me updated. I wish you guys the best of luck. Don't forget Halloween finale. Bye-bye.